Refresh our browser. Oh, never mind. It did it itself. How's it going, guys? Good morning. We got a Junga plane build today. 9060 XT with a 7700X. Jay Mervin, how goes it? You were live and I'm here finally? That's a good point. Sounds like a pretty good Thursday because of that. I'll here do the H3 Flow. Hype. What's up, Intimadod? Yeah, I'm excited about this case. This is like, you know, my old H210 replacement. I loved that case. A lot of people hated it because they're like, oh, it's not Mini ITX, but, you know, it was a larger Mini ITX case. Are you getting the liquid metal installed today? All right, good luck. I hope it fixes your temp issues. Ryzen 3600 and 6600 good for $350, $400 build. Yeah, if you can fit it in that price range, yeah. What's up, VA Ninja Chaotic? How you doing? YouTube knows. I don't know if I said what's up yet, but how's it going? What, Lemon Girl? Is it exciting news? SteamOS wasn't ready for y'all. It definitely was not.
It wasn't ready. It wasn't ready, guys. But again, I feel like everyone's just like, why are you doing this? Install Bazite. It's like, it's almost like we didn't tell you 50 times that Steam doesn't want you to do this, but we did it for the fun.
Yeah.
You know, it's an experiment, guys. What's up, guys? How you doing? Good morning. What's up, Vic? Hello, everyone. Paladin, what's up? Welcome, welcome.
Grimmy Longy.
The NX4 just isn't enough. I'm curious to see if that'll actually make a difference, Kermit. I'll be honest with you. Because, like, I'm just wondering if it's just the laptop. Like,
we did see a big difference, though, when we tried liquid metal, so.
So maybe. We'll see.
Oh, you're opening manager now, so you have to deal with the annoying one anymore. Nice. Did you have, like, an annoying, like, above, higher up?
A lightning strike killed your power supply? Oh, no.
Dang.
That does happen from time to time.
That's usually one of the only ways I really see, like, power supplies die and take other parts with them is when it's lightning.
SteamOS video was great. Yeah, everyone loved Sandwich Boy.
Yeah,
Mr. Sandwich Boy. That was like the perfect comment bait. We had so many comments, people being like, "I defend him" or "I do not like Sandwich Boy."
Yeah, we had some Sandwich Boy haters.
We did. Yeah, he was just multitasking. And then comments, and he's out there. Jonah's out there replying to people saying, "Yeah, they don't give me time to eat, so I have to do that."
Oh my God.
And I'm like, Jonah, this guy's crazy. Then I tell him work longer than 10 to 3, and then you'll have a dedicated lunchtime.
Yeah. Yep, and you know, don't scroll reels as often, you know, and then you got time to eat.
Don't make it seem like that Jonah's like being worked to the bone, all right? He is a busy guy, but he works 10 to 3.
Hey, if you ask him, he'll tell you he works 2 jobs.
Yeah. How can I start a PC flipping side job? Have disposable income you're willing to just get rid of and do it for the fun of it.
Yeah.
I don't really recommend you get into it as an actual career path. But if you just want to do it for the fun of it and you like the idea of building PCs and you want to build PCs, I would start with just asking friends if anyone's ever considered getting into PC building and do it that way.
Yeah, if you're trying to do flipping, you know, like Facebook Marketplace, place like that can be your friend, but I will say it's really going to be dependent on your area.
I bet Jonah never stops eating, doesn't gain weight. Well, Jonah's been like calorie tracking recently.
Yeah, I think he started the other day. That was still my favorite. Is he?
Yeah. He was like, start calorie tracking first day. I'm gonna go get a little frappuccino.
Yeah, 300. I think it was like 350 calorie frappuccino, and I'm like, I don't get what's the point.
He is an avid gym goer though too. So.
No, he is. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. He's a fit. Like, I don't think he needs to calorie track. I think most people would say he doesn't, but
yeah, that's his thing.
That was just my favorite. I'm just like, man.
Talking about Sandwich Boy. Yes, we are talking about Sandwich Boy. Is that his new name now to everyone?
I mean, I need to ask him what he normally eats, because I swear he doesn't get more than 2,000 calories a day.
He doesn't eat much here.
No. I mean, I don't think he eats much in general. Like, even, I was helping him with his lawnmower last weekend, and we got, like, a large pizza. He had 1 slice, and was like, no, I shouldn't eat anymore.
That's crazy.
I'm like, dude, that's like, what, maybe a couple hundred calories?
Yeah. Ooh, Okino sleeve cables. Nice. White build today. Yeah, this is looking like a nice all-white build. Who playing this one?
This is Jonah.
Ah.
Yeah, you know you really wanted to
Sandwich
build
boy.
in this case, so yeah, here we are.
Nice. What are we doing for fans?
I don't know, you give us instructions?
No.
No?
He just wants to have one fan.
Perhaps.
Because, I mean, they're white, so, like, unless we have 2 white NZXT fans, or 2 matching white fans, we can put them up front, as long as the white's close.
We always say we don't use a lot of white fans, so I would bet we have some matching ones. Perchance.
Perchance.
I will say it does have RGB RAM, so if we can't find normal.
That's true. Is that a sub I heard?
That was a C Squirt.
Oh.
We had a C Squirt and Leo drop a sub. Thank you guys.
As long as these are not the weird ones.
Ooh.
Are these the weird ones or are these normal?
You're a white fan? Nice. Those look like they'll work with about anything. Maybe, I don't know, they are a little big.
I think they'll work.
Yeah, you can always, I'm sure
Let's
we have
find
some
out.
fatter screws in there.
Steam Summer still starts today.
Thanks for
Uh-oh.
sub pinky tag.
Hey, everyone's resubbing, guys.
Oh look, I was getting ready to make the joke, and I see in the thing it says "damn it, not again." I was gonna be like, "Hey, you
Ooh.
forgot to cancel again, pinky tag."
Oh, if you said, does it actually, is it already going on Steam Summer Sale? I gotta do the short where I ask people to give game recommendations.
You know what's funny is Jake told me to. He was like, "Oh, you should do that," and I was like,
do
"Well,"
it again.
He was telling me to do it yesterday, and I was like, "Well, it's not
not out,
happening yet." So like, how can we recommend games?
I'll do that one. So Steam Summer Sale Rex today. Cool. Get on that ish. Starts at 10 or 11.
That's
Beautiful.
perfect.
Beautiful.
How long does it go for? Is it like pretty long?
It's a couple weeks, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Guys, you know what sucks is I was hoping we'd be able to play some Killing Floor 3 on stream this month, but I think it comes out towards the end of July. Or end
Rip.
of June. Well, I don't know, actually. Now I'm questioning
He's
it.
saying things and he's like, I don't even know if they're right.
Let me double check here. Because I thought it was this month that it was coming out, but maybe it is July. They rolled off the tongue smoother.
What is July then? What dates are streamed?
July 24th.
Yep, man,
So that's,
happening. Yep.
That's not even this month, but yeah.
Seen Deebrin send everyone Joy-Con grips in late July or so. After July 4th, something like that, I think. Wait, what were we talking about? New Joy-Con. Oh,
Probably
yeah,
how
you talking
long.
about all the ones having issues? Yeah, of course, Deebrin's having issues with their kill switch. I saw people. Something
Oh.
with the manufacturing of it, like the way the magnets work. If you have it on one of the Joy-Cons or something, there's like a little lip on the cover that goes over the Joy-Con that gets in between it to where you're holding the handheld, it automatically disengages every time. So people are like holding their handheld with the grips, and then the Joy-Con would just
Dropping
keep falling
it.
off. And I was like,
Dropping the whole handheld.
Hope mine's not like that. Well, mine's been. Did you see the thing I sent in? I think I only sent it in Discord. My I gotta see where it's at now, but my kill switch has been on an absolute journey, okay? As of June 20th, it was going through the Louisville facilities. That's cool. Somehow ended up in Indiana. Came back to Louisville. It's in Phoenix, Arizona now. And I'm like, what?
Did they get it back?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
They said this one's gonna have the issue.
Yeah, because it was marked as misshipped when it went to Indiana, and then it came back to Louisville, and I was like, oh, a little oopsie, it's fine. Now it's in Arizona.
By the time you get it, you're not even gonna be interested in the Switch anymore.
I know. Mine's been holding fine. They have a new design they were testing, holds for console without supporting it. Yeah, that's true. Let me see. The last update was expected Saturday. No shit. Oh, no, is there any more updates? Are we still in Arizona?
You know, I will say with the Switch, funny enough, because you see like who holds a $450 console that's supporting it. It's a weird console to transport. I've kind of realized because like at night if I'm gonna go like play it in bed, when I go and pick it up, it doesn't feel right when I'm carrying it because I'm just like holding it by the screen in the back or something.
It does feel kind of weird.
And if you hold it by the Joy-Con, that's extra scary because you're like, oh, is this just gonna fall off? It's a large handheld, you know, so it can be a little awkward.
Yeah, I might be reaching out to D-Brand and be like, yo, so my shit seems to be
Am I gonna get
floating
this?
around.
And they're probably gonna hit you with a, I don't know, that's the shipper,
Yeah,
man.
that's
Reach
Post
out to
office. They'll just reply back knowing they're support, be like, LOL.
them. So you leased a Switch 2 and it hasn't gotten here yet? Leased it?
Leased? Who leased one?
No, we're talking about like a case, by the way, Michael, for the Switch.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm talking about,
that's what you meant.
Yeah, no. I'm talking about a case from D-Brand.
Now, that's what was funny about the Switch 2 is I saw it a lot in the 3D printing community where a lot of people were basically using blueprints to already make like certain things for them. I'm wondering if D-Brand kind of was in a similar boat, but like a lot of them ended up being wrong. So like a lot of people's 3D prints, they like took down when the Switch actually released because they're like, oh hey, by the way, it was not the same dimensions we thought it would be.
I would imagine a company like D-Brand would get, because I've seen the leaks of like how phones and other stuff, they'll send like dummy units that are the dimensions. It's not an actual phone, but it's like a dummy unit that, you know.
Can imagine how pissed like you'd be if like they sent the dummy and it
it
wasn't the final design or something.
That'd be ridiculous.
They go crazy.
Because I mean, most of these companies, especially like for phones, like the new iPhone will come out and literally that same day they'll be like, here, get your case for it.
So you'll hold and carry with one hand, but you stretch out a couple fingers along the back. So like one of these. Yeah, but I don't know. That's what I'm saying is I feel like it's an awkward console to carry in the first place. So.
But our official review will be live this weekend, guys. We had some good feedback.
Yeah, I need to buy a little, just probably a little Amazon special, just like a little carrying case for it.
Well, whenever my kill switch shows up, if you want mine, because I won't need it anymore. I bought that one temporarily on Amazon that I don't even need.
Dude, I'd take it, buy it, whatever you want. Charge me extra for it.
Yeah, it's like a little man purse.
Ooh, is it a fanny pack?
I'll show you it.
Official review. Yeah, we did like a little. It was kind of like gamers' thoughts after we've had them for. Well, Matt said his since it released, and I've had mine for I think a few weeks now. So it was kind of just like a cool little talking head video where we go back and forth. We both got a lot of B-roll, so you guys will probably get to see a lot of us kind of like actually using the consoles, both docked and handheld.
Man purse.
Oh yeah, it's fire. Oh yeah. And it's all black, sleek.
All black.
A little carrying spot.
Yep. I paid 20, you can have it for 10.
That part's funny. Yeah, I'll do it. I like the little, the spot on the inside, though, to, keep the screen from
I know, right?
Scratching the zipper and
protecting it, yeah. If my kill switch ever shows up, we'll see what happens.
That's true. It might, it's like Michael said, you're leasing it.
Yeah, I'm leasing it. What's up, guys? How you doing? Congrats, you received 100 messages. Oh my God.
You need to pay them in $45 Google gift card certificates.
Google gift card certificates. I know there are a decent amount here. Any other Linux users? I have a question for you guys. One of the comments I got a lot was why, first of all. Secondly, a lot of the comments on the SteamOS video, everyone was saying Bazite, obviously, but they were talking about Catchy OS, C-A-T-H-Y OS or whatever. I think it's a similar kind of concept to Bazite, but it's based on because I think actual SteamOS isn't based on the same version of Linux that Bazite is, which you don't really notice the difference in day to day, but it is slightly different. And then people were saying Catchy OS is one to try.
Never heard of that one.
So I never heard of it. But if y'all if that video does, SteamOS probably has the name to why that video is doing so well. But that whole trend of us just goofing around with distros, it's fun. It doesn't cost us anything. We can just try new distros and give you experiences as noobs who have never messed with Linux before.
I think didn't that what I did do Mint, right? When we did that Linux video. And I think you got Bazite.
I think from the things I've seen, Catchy OS started out as being just a normal Linux distro, but then people picked it up because it was really well optimized for gaming, and then now they're just kind of diving into that, saying it's a gaming OS. So I don't know.
Hey, when you don't know your niche yet, you
let them figure it out for you.
Yeah, keep it open. Catchy. I like the name.
Catchy.
I did love how many, and I'm trying, I need to remember how to say it right, but how many people told me I was saying Batocera, but it's Batocera.
Batocera.
When I looked it up, it, like Google, you know, told me bat, but
Like
I will start saying bot.
Like a bat.
Batocera, which actually rolls up the tongue so much better.
Batocera, that does
Because
sound-
I hated having to go. So today we're looking at Batocera. I just felt like I felt illiterate trying to say it. Are you going to use the long time support for 10? Really?
Nice.
Oh, just because you just don't want the AI stuff?
I mean, that's the number one reason I've heard people do it.
Yeah.
Honestly, the AI stuff doesn't really get in the way for me, but if it's like
I've never touched it.
I think it's genuinely for a lot of people, and you all can tell me, I think it's just a principle thing for some of these people. Where it's just like, I just genuinely don't support AI, and I just rather not have my OS shove it down my throat. So if that's you, go for it. But it's one of those things where I'm perfectly fine having the latest and greatest OS, and I just ignore those features. They don't really get in my way.
So far, you know, we'll see.
They could start getting in your way, but so far they have not got to the point where I'm like, I'm really annoyed by this.
Yeah, I know. I know a lot of people's like hesitation and frustration. That's just not with like PCs, but the government and stuff too. Is the idea of like, if you're okay with this, they're gonna keep going.
Yeah, no.
So I get that concept because I'm pretty bad about that. I'm pretty bad about the whole like, why are you crying about? Like it's not that bad, but they're like, well, if you're okay with this, the next thing they're gonna do is they're gonna force AI to you know help you every day. It's like, oh well, I guess when you put it that way.
You know, it can rip. Oh, I mean, I figured that's why a lot of people buy those. You basically just put it to your own ROM library, and you can play it on whatever you want.
Yeah, it is funny. It's spelled Batocera, but it's said bot.
Batocera. Where do you guys plug AIO pump on that motherboard planning to buy one? Is there a pump?
I guarantee it's probably I think it might be kind of far away though.
I've hidden in 11 as much as I can without spending too much time doing it. Recall specifically, I don't care for.
Yeah, no, the whole recall thing, it definitely is a privacy concern for some people.
Surprisingly, no, there's not a dedicated pump header.
So you would just go CPU fan?
Yeah, CPU fan or any of the channel fans. I normally like to, I guess if there's, I'd probably run the AIO to the CPU fan and then run your CPU fans to a different header.
At least it's on something that's monitoring the CPU.
I've been using Debian.
Debian.
It's a big one.
You guys' subscription sounds like a little shop of horrors underfilm. Feed us some more. Yes, exactly. Feed us, please. We're going to starve. We're not going to make it. We are not going to make
You
it.
settled on Debian? Nice. I've settled on Windows 11. Windows 11 Pro, that's my favorite Linux distro.
If you want to, I guess today a little bit. I keep forgetting tomorrow's Friday already. We're gonna do the start of the switch to the laptops
Oh, okay.
tomorrow. So if you want to start backing stuff up today, if there's anything you want to put on like the NAS or something on your PC in there that you can like move over
Yeah, just
easily or
swap over
something like
quickly. I wish there was just like a really easy way to just like
Transfer.
Just flip a switch
Yeah.
and then it's just like my everything.
That's the most annoying thing about these challenges is just not having everything. But also, I figure we started on Friday, and then that gives us a little bit of time to vlog us reacting to them, and then realizing if we need to buy something else to make it work. Because like I think part of it is we get the laptop. Okay, what do we need to make this an actually good experience for us?
Here we go.
Here we go.
The 50/50. No, we haven't seen it.
I think they said like mid to late July, so it's still a ways to go.
By the time it comes out, they're gonna already be talking about 60 series.
Oh, we have a likely ban evader. Uh-oh. Mods, can we verify this?
They asked a pretty normal question.
This is not normal.
Hey Google, skip.
Only one. We might have some other ones. Let me see.
So Ryzen 5 5600G. What can be the best GPU? Since I know your question didn't actually get posted, but I'll answer it. Honestly, for 5600G, because it doesn't have Gen 4, it's Gen 3. I mean, if you want best possible, I'd probably say like on the used market, you know, like 20 series, maybe like a 2070 Super, you know, something like that. If you wanted to go new, like you just refused to buy used, then, you know, I'd probably say like a 5060 or 9060 XT.
We did a 4060 with one of those Victuses with a 5600G, and it wasn't too bad. But
Yeah.
it's definitely gonna be bottlenecked.
Yeah, you're gonna lose a little bit of performance just with that G processor, but like you can pair anything you want with it, really. I mean, hell, you could pair a 5090 with it. It's just gonna lose a good amount of performance
We only got one of these.
for the. I know after yesterday, I'm like scared. I would just say let's just use one because it's a.
I mean, I'll do this, and then you have to just do a black one right there.
Yeah, or we just don't do it. Yeah. We don't believe it to Jonah. I just like yesterday. He was like, I just don't get why people. Like, I've never heard him say that before. I didn't know he felt that way.
He felt passionate about it.
You've been offered a job working for Red Hat? Do it.
Work, get a job.
That is true. Anything's free if you have a Nissan Altima and you're willing to drive through.
That's crazy. That's crazy. It's an 8 or 16.
What is it?
16.
Oh, yeah, 16. You know Jonah wouldn't mess with the 8.
He's like, I ain't even touching that 8.
You know Jonah's not willing to make sacrifices.
He said, I cannot sacrifice my settings no matter what. Speaking of no sacrifices, you guys are going to be blown away by our 5090 laptop that we just messed with the liquid cooler.
Yeah, it goes pretty crazy.
Liquid cooler worked way better than I expected. I thought it was going to be very gimmicky, but it actually has some value.
I do wonder what like the lifespan
That
and
too.
also just my other concern is just the whole distilled water thing.
Yeah.
I just wonder like how long that's like viable for and like how long until you start to get like maybe some corrosion and buildup, you know? No, I haven't seen, you said there's a Gamers Nexus video about the tariffs.
Was there a new one?
Did he interview Trump?
Yeah. Did he do a new tariff video? I thought the last video I just saw him release was him like talking about how the 5050 was a waste of sand. This thing's a waste of sand.
So they're saying they weren't impressed, especially seeing 250 for an 8 gig card. All right.
Hey, we're getting there.
I still, we are talking
Yeah.
like this is a 50-50.
It is a 50-50.
I think it'd be weird if they made a, like, imagine a 3050 16 gig. Like, it just doesn't make sense. You're never going to be able to get near that VRAM.
No, it is not good. You know, we were doing that video, Graham, and we knew exactly that you were gonna be like, "Can I get it?" But no, it is a loaner sample for a video,
Yeah,
so
we
it
gotta
has to
send
go
it back.
back.
But no, I do understand though. Like, yeah, the whole it's a lot of people just they hate how little VRAM you get for the price. Which yeah, I get it. But
I think most people in that space, I think they're very set on if it's an 8 gig card, it needs to be 200 or less. Which if it was $200, I think
yeah,
it'd be pretty decent.
yeah, because I mean the 3056 gigs 180. So
Yeah.
if it was 200, if it was 20 bucks more and you're getting 2 more gigs of VRAM and it's actually like a good jump up. Yeah, they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Is an Intel GP better than the 5050 at the same price? I mean, if you could find a B580 for its MSRP of 259, it'd be better. But because the B580 is closer to a 5060. But we really don't know what the gap of the 5050 and 5060 is going to be just yet.
Oh, I guarantee we get the 9060 at retail. They're not hard to get at the
Oh
moment.
yeah, they're very easy to get. Just like 5060. Even the 16 gig cards, they're good to get, so.
He definitely he did pay a little premium for it.
What do you pay?
Just compared to how much
Oh
the 8
yeah,
gigs
it's about
are.
40 bucks more.
Yeah.
Because MSRP is 350, so. That's close to the normal like aftermarket.
Yeah, and it is a
Card
white
tax.
card, 3
Yeah.
fan. the special taxes they call it.
Mm-hmm.
Jonas tells me apology, we got beef, said he'd hit me with the tortilla, I ain't having it. Well, Jonah has beef with everyone, if you haven't noticed.
If you have beef with Jonah, that means you've interacted with him once. Congratulations.
Giving the 5070 Ti the same amount of VRAM as the 5080, but it's 500 plus less than the 5080 is so stupid. Yeah, I can see it.
We'll be doing our benchmark with the, was it 5070 versus 5060
5060
Ti 16?
16, yeah.
Just to see what that gap's like, because that's the one that a lot of people are like, I don't really want to.
Well,
do I
and
need the VRAM or do I need the more performance?
Exactly, and I wonder how many, I haven't really heard a lot of people complain about that, weirdly enough. Like, why does the 5060 Ti come with 16, but the 5070 is only 12?
What's up, Arcane? How you doing? Give Jonah some beef.
Oh. Instead of manually downloading everything you want from the laptop, just clone. Well, I think the issue is, how do we do that?
Yeah.
I mean, like, I know basics. Like, I've cloned stuff before, but only, like, I mean, it's like every time it takes me forever, and I struggle to figure out, like, what software
And also,
to use.
if we're talking about for our scenario with the laptops, what would that do to, like, because the issue I have with laptops is there's so much specialty stuff installed in these things, like certain programs and everything that the laptop needs to, like, function properly. If you download a specific OS or, like, copy from our desktop, like, we lose whatever software it needs in the background. You have to manually go add all that stuff back.
We lose our Razer software.
Yeah, exactly. We need the Razer software back. Like any laptop, because like they need those programs for like the turbo mode or whatever.
Well, I think E's partition isn't that it's all paid for now, right?
Yeah, I don't think they're saying it's free. They might just say it's.
Yeah, it's just,
You
you
can
know,
just do
but
it.
that's what I've used is E's. Now here we actually have like physical cloning devices too, but then that would involve like taking our storage out, assuming these laptops, you know, have 1-to-1 or 1-to-2 size, you know. Disc Genius, okay. Mewtwo, that's a Pokemon.
Mewtwo, I choose you. Disposable income. That's crazy.
Yeah. Guys, we make 18,000 a video, remember?
Yep.
This one's actually V-True. Jonah put a Segatep 750.
But we're out of them.
Yeah, he probably didn't realize we were out of them when he did it. So, yeah, this one's getting 850, which this one is a much higher rated unit, so it works
More
out
watts.
for everyone. That's true, yeah, and you're getting an extra 100 watts. Pretty sick.
Okay. Is there a built-in IO shield? Sweet. Mm-hmm. Plop her on in.
Perfectly square. Perfectly rectangular.
Is this Jonah's next work machine or personal machine? No, he's still got a good computer. This is just one that he planned for PC Bros. He does builds that we sell on the website. Yeah, a lot of the builds, we'll mention at the beginning of the stream, we'll be like, who planned this build? We'll say like Jonah or Jackson. For the most part, those are the two who plan most of the builds that we do to sell. Occasionally, Andrea will do some, especially if she has PC parts in the back where she's like, oh, I have an idea for a build, something creative. She'll plan one as well. And for a while there, Tyler was doing some of them, but...
Yeah, Tyler will do some. I know I think he might have just planned one. I think sometimes he'll plan them and then just build them.
Nice. I'm sad because I plan to build the same GPU. You know what, Tool? We can figure out who did it better.
Ooh.
Build battle.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing. People love this GPU, so.
Or I like this case. I mean, it really is just a
H2.
shrunken version of the H5.
Yeah, it's like a hybrid. It's like they brought back the H2, but micro ATX.
I was gonna say, if I convince myself to go micro ATX, this would be probably the case I would do.
I
if had a
would
new build.
gladly. I mean, I am micro. Wait, no, actually, no, I have full size.
Yeah.
I would go micro though.
Jonah doesn't even like Steel Legend. It's my fave. What a guy.
To be fair, Jonah really doesn't really like much of anything. He's very,
He's always going to complain about something.
yeah, he's very particular about anything and everything. Red Bull or Monster? I'm definitely, if I had to pick, I would definitely choose Red Bull any day. Monster just kind of scares me. I don't really
Because
think
it's a
there's-
monster.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything actually scary about it, but just the idea of it.
Both of them are what I would consider in the age of energy drinks, archaic energy drinks.
Yeah.
Because they're very basic, which I mean for some people is probably safer considering some of these other ones. They give you more caffeine and they throw in a bunch of other stuff you never heard of.
Yeah, you're like, is this safe?
Makes Red Bull and Monster look safe.
Yeah.
See the video I sent in Slack last night? I don't know if I did.
What was the video?
You all make Sandwich Boy sound salty? No, he's just Jonah. Yeah, I don't know what the video is. Let's see.
Was it the Amazon thing? I never did see it.
Tom said that he grabbed it.
Oh, okay, so it's still there.
Oh, no, I think he's talking about this. The body cam footage.
Oh, yeah. I watched some of it. How tall is everyone in the office? Jake's the tallest one here, standing at, what is he, like 6'2", maybe?
Sounds about right. I've never stood up close to Jake to see.
We're all just very average height.
He was naked? Yeah. Poor guy needs help.
Yeah. USB-C?
Sorry, this cooler is like...
Cricky?
It's a little,
Again?
Yeah, it's a little drunk looking. Here.
Is it a drug deer?
It's a drunk deer.
You thought Matt was the tallest? I'm pretty sure.
I
Pretty
think
confident
Jake's
Jake's taller.
I think Jake's taller than me.
Jake's just a tall, lengthy boy.
I'm like barely, I'm like right at 6 foot, so if I'm wearing like my basketball shoes and stuff, I might be the same height as him, but
He'd be standing on his money.
yeah, be standing on his money.
Standing on business. Matt's 5'2", he wears lift shoes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I can see it. USB 3?
Can I fit through this?
Oh yeah.
Could the USB-C fit through that too, by
Yeah.
the way? Make it a little cleaner.
6 foot sideways? What does that mean?
6 foot sideways.
That means Jonas 4'2".
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a short king.
He gives 4'2" vibes, but he's taller
He
than
makes
that.
Linus look tall.
Our little boy Linus.
Little Linus.
Honestly, I feel like I'm probably the same height as Linus. Actually, I don't know. I think
I think Linus is a decent amount shorter.
yeah, he might actually be like what is he, like 5'5"?
5'5", 5'6", maybe.
I usually tell people I'm like 5'7", 5'8" in a good day. 5'8" when I'm standing up straight.
Yeah, how tall is Linus? I feel like he's 5'5".
He's Canadian though, so 5'6". Round up.
Someone look up his wiki.
Oh wait, that's the wrong cable. You want this one,
Oh,
the sleeved one. Yeah, his wiki that says he's worth like 100-something million.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, cool.
big baller.
He's gonna be a baller.
5'8" in the morning. That's crazy.
Yeah.
CPU power?
Oh.
It's not sleeves, so. $77RX ain't cheap. What do you mean? It's actually pretty, I mean, it's not cheap. Like, it depends what your definition of cheap is.
If we're comparing it to like the 5500.
Yeah.
Tell you what, those are freaking, the 5500
Dude.
and the 4100 are so cheap right now.
How much are they on the 5500 on Amazon? How much is that?
They're 69.
They were $50 at Micro Center. I remember seeing
God.
that and I was like, wow.
Which feels definitely more right. I
It
think.
does. Yeah, because it has its issues.
It's got those limitations, you know? And especially with like the 12100 through like the 14100 usually being as cheap as they always are. Kind of like a trade-off game. It's like, do you want more cores and threads or do you want Gen 4 and 5 support? Pick your poison.
Not bad. Hang on, cooler. Just hold on, we're going home.
It's hard to do, these things are on. I got 4 fans to plug in, 3 fans.
You got 2 by the HD audio and 1 by the front panel.
Perfect.
It's also in chat say, like, extensions we do with extra cables, shove them in the basement. Mm-hmm. It does add extra length, so that's one of those things where if you don't have a ton of cable management room, we don't really recommend extensions for a build. Like, if it's very limited, especially like a like a mini ITX, like compact build, I would not do that.
Yeah, and
That's where you get custom cables.
the other thing too is extensions only look good if you actually like run crap properly.
Yep.
I can't tell you how often I see a build come in with extensions where they kind of like, they didn't comb them, they kind of just ran stuff like across the board still, and I think that looks way worse. Like that just, I would rather just see ketchup and mustard cables that have been ran well than sleeve cables that look like garbage.
Shove what into the basement? Shove Jonah into the
Let's
basement.
plug this little guy in, and that should be it. We're gonna shove Jonah in our basement. We're gonna feed him nothing.
Oh, guys, you want an update on my animal situation?
Oh yeah, I wanted to hear it.
So basically, guy shows up immediately, and he's like looking up at my the broken gable, and he's like, "Oh, I see where the animal got in." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm not really sure what it is." He's like, "Oh, it's 100% a raccoon." He didn't even walk in my house. He's like, "I know it's a raccoon." And I was like,
Damn.
"Really?" And he's like, "Look at." He basically showed me, if you look right outside the gable, there's like these scratch marks. He's like, it's very like raccoons will leave those scratch marks when they're like trying to climb up the side of your house to get inside. And he's like, those scratch marks are definitely a raccoon. And he's
Man, let's
like,
get the
is it?
experience.
And he was like, is it in there or not? Now I was like, I have no idea. I haven't heard it last night. So he went up there, walked around. He came down, and he was just like, they've definitely been here. I don't know if they're there right now, but they're definitely in here. But either way, they have a very specific way how they trap them, because they're a no-kill rescue kind of thing, where they get them and they just like take them back out into the wild.
They release them in your backyard.
They release them in your backyard. They release them to the neighbor so then they can get the neighbor.
Ooh.
But they basically said, so how we got to do it is we got to seal off everything, and then we'll put a trap at the one exit that's left behind to where they're basically pushed out. And then once they push out and get in the trap, basically they're going to come back like every day for like, they said this process could be like 4 weeks. Like they said raccoons can like, it could take forever. And they said the issue is, you might think, well, why don't you just send somebody up there, grab it, seal it off, and that's pretty much it. It's like, well, the pheromones that are up there, some other raccoon is gonna like fight its way back in there. Or if you just look up there and realize they're not there and seal it off without catching the raccoon, it's gonna be incredibly pissed, because they basically claim that as their home now. Like that, they're like, that is my home and you just sealed me off from my home. So then they'll just come back and try to destroy everything on your house. They said they've seen it multiple times where like they just realize, oh, there's no raccoon in there anymore, let's seal it off. And then the raccoons come back and like destroy their gutters and like destroy a bunch of different stuff. And I was looking at, raccoons are incredibly smart apparently.
Yeah, no, there's people who have them as pets.
But they're like, yeah, a raccoon it's a process. So they're like, we seal everything off, put the trap up there, we come back every other day to check if it's been retrieved. And once it's been retrieved, then we'll go back in there and do a deep clean of your entire attic, just in case there's like poop and pee and whatever up there. And then there you go. It's an expensive process, but you're gonna keep it going. I would have a pet raccoon.
Yeah. I'm still upset at how much I should have not done what I did, but I paid what was it, Greenix, like $500 for because I was hearing like freaking mice in the attic.
Yeah.
And it's funny because as soon as I paid them to do it, I just like stopped hearing them, never caught any. So I don't know, but I was upset that I paid $500 for them to literally just come in and put like the basic wooden snap traps. I'm like, well, I could have done that.
Well, that's why I was glad about what's it called? I mean, I didn't like that that's all they did, but when OPC came out, the guy just basically, as part of my yearly service, he just went up there and put the traps, because he was like, I'm not going to go up there, I'm not going to charge you extra for it, I'm just going to stick my head up there and put traps up there. The guy who went up there, I warned him, I was like, hey, there's probably mouse traps just like up there, so be careful. And he's like, they're not up there, I think the raccoons took them. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, raccoons will they get opposable thumbs and everything.
You're saying, the guy said you probably had other stuff up here at one point, because there's like what looks like the making of like a bird's nest up there too. So at some point I had a bird up there, and dude, I don't know.
I think
I think the raccoons took the trap.
You think they're gonna use them?
I don't know. They might be trapping against the trapper. No, I definitely saw I was standing behind the guy when he put the traps in. So the traps did exist. I saw him literally pull them out of his bag and sit them up there. So there were
crazy.
traps. So the raccoons just said, you know what? These are my traps now.
I mean, it's kind of like I'm sure a lot of y'all remember back in the day when trash cans weren't massive like they were. You know, a lot of people had to like lock them up and stuff because raccoons would like literally get the trash cans, like tip them over and everything. Yeah. Dude, I saw a raccoon. I would think I was cutting the grass, or I don't remember what I was. I might have been just going to get my mail. I saw a raccoon. No joke, I thought it was a dog at first. It was so freaking huge.
There's some huge. That's when I like when it first happened. I looked up there and there was just like a really small hole, and I was like, "There's always a raccoon." I feel like I've seen some big ass raccoons, and I'm just like, "There's no way," but. You know,
I've also seen like tiny ones too, though. Like the babies I caught that one time, they were like, hold them in the palm of your hand.
Well, no, both times when that guy went up in the attic, because I stuck my head up after, because I haven't even looked up there. I've been too scared to look up there, I'll be honest. And like when that guy went up there and looked around, I was like, can I just like follow behind you and just look? Because I haven't even looked up here before. And I just looked up there and I saw everything and I was like, okay. And yeah, no, he was just like, yeah, these raccoons, man, they're something. It's going to take a while, so I had to call the company who was going to fix all that stuff, the roofing company that was going to do all the work, and I was like, hey, so we're going to have to delay this for several weeks.
You said you seed. We have raccoons. You feed an outdoor opossum. It was a baby. Now 3 years later, it comes every night, and it's massive now. That's cool. Opossums are pretty nice.
Good possum.
Pretty harmless.
I remember seeing a fat possum randomly just climbing across our fence one night. It just like locked eyes with me and just wouldn't move.
Yeah, like, they like freeze up. So what to do after the stream? Well, we're gonna record some videos.
Yes, sir.
So you guys can watch on YouTube.
We do nothing. Absolutely nothing.
That's basically what I meant by that. We're not gonna do shit today. We're gonna get Taco Bell and play Balloon Tower Defense and let
That's
someone
it.
shadow us.
That's it.
Oh, you're talking about you? Oh, well, you can do whatever you want. Try Delta Force, there you go. Yeah, we're gonna record our OnlyFans videos. Girlfriend had a possum get in the house, finally got it out of the house, it came back the next night, ended up having to drive it to a park a couple miles away.
That's crazy.
You watched some UFC this weekend, very nice. Oh, look at that. Michael said next time, to save money, call him for raccoon or squirrel issues. He says
All
he's
right.
licensed.
I got you. Come save me.
You have 1 stick of RAM, 1 gigabyte? That's not a lot.
Oh, my lord.
Jake Paul, great. Another Jake Paul fight. Yay.
This is an easy build. Hashtag easy build.
Oh, yeah, it's only 9.
Moon, this is liquid metal, huh?
It's kind of hard to mess up a micro ATX build, honestly.
Yeah, this is simple.
It's really just mini and full size that end up getting complicated.
Yeah. Very much so, very much. Possums hiss, but they all bark and very little bite. There you go. Possums act scary.
It's just there's a couple of ball pythons. Only snakes I see around here. I get like rat snakes. I see them a few times a year around my house.
Matt's gonna come over to a sandwich boy in the raccoon.
That'd be crazy. Just you gotta trap them with sandwiches.
I'm trying to figure out where they're actually gonna put that trap, because they said we'll come out every other day and check it, but just keep an eye out. If you see it and it's during a weekday and you're like, you see the raccoon trap, just call us and we'll come get it. And I was like, I just gotta like look up there and be like, oh, there's a raccoon in there. You guys mentioned laptops. I only bought that first piece from you guys because I wasn't going to be mobile. Are you going to be mobile now, Chaotic?
I think this one's going to be sold for $14.25.
$14.25.
Pull up there, but it's good specs. Play on anything.
No boss. Okay. I have a wild groundhog I can pet because I made friends with it. Look at you, you little whisperer. Who's home in the small desert cornfield. That's why you get a desktop. You don't need to travel, you don't need one. Bored AF. You need some new games, Chaotic.
The Steam Summer Snail.
Summer snail.
Steam Summer Snail. Our stream's unstable.
Ah!
OBS has a new feature now that I turned on to see if it would help with my issues, but they have like a variable bitrate now.
Oh yeah?
Where if it sees that you're, you still set your bitrate, but then if you're having an unstable network, it'll automatically lower it.
Nice. This 1440p streaming has been messing with everything.
Oh yeah, I know we've asked before. So who all is watching at 1440p right now? Probably 2 of you?
The 2 of you that are watching a 1080p feed being streamed out at 1440p.
Yeah.
On a 1080p camera. Laptop build soon, insert framework. We have not messed with framework. They've never reached out to us, so it's one of those things where if we ever got an opportunity to take a look at one, we probably would.
Papa Linus doesn't like us.
Papa Linus. Linus said no. 720p is the highest. I only have 720p. 720p on a 1080p display. Is it only 720p for y'all right now?
What if our highest is? What if ours is 720?
Grimlong's on 1440. It's probably just not big enough to. 720p is the highest right now. I love Twitch, man.
Oh.
He's hacking.
Dude, what is happening?
I also think it's not helping that we're using Restream.
Yeah, that could be it.
I mean, if you think about it, you're sending a stream to Restream, and Restream's restreaming it for you.
Oh, that's why it's called Restream.
Yeah.
720p on a 4K screen. You think you've seen 1440p once?
Nice.
That's so random.
I love Twitch. Oh, look, Big Man's got it on mobile.
1440 60.
They must be like just slowly rolling it out.
You're on mobile 1440p source? Okay.
Chad, I hope Twitch is. There's been some bad news coming about Twitch about how Amazon's thinking about pulling their funding because they're losing so much money.
Like with the whole Prime thing?
Well, just Twitch in general. Like Twitch is losing them too much money.
Huh. So what all, like, how are they losing their money?
Just servers and everything to run live streaming platform and everything. They've been operating at a pretty big loss for a while.
It's like, yeah,
Since they're owned by Amazon, they're just like, they'll hold them up, but like I think there's been a lot of pressure of them being like, that's why they've been doing all the changes of like making subs more expensive. They've been doing all that different stuff, so. Amazon and Twitch is really pull funding. That's what I'm saying. Like they're basically just like saying, yeah, we're gonna divert, is what I've been hearing.
You'll resub then? Thanks, Chaotic.
Oh yeah, 100%. These live streaming platforms, it's really hard for them to operate not at a loss. Everyone talks about Kick does like the 95.5 or whatever, but they're literally just purging money. They just have a resource that has infinite money, basically. I'm a big fan of Twitch in general. I know all you watch on YouTube, but I'm not moving to Kick. I'm good.
Nah. Labubu. No, it's crazy. I saw that there was like a short of Asmongold of all people, but it was him showing his.
His Kick earnings.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just thought that was crazy. Like, I mean, it's cool on him actually showing, but yeah, in Twitch in 1 month it was like 30 something grand, and then in 2 days on Kick it was like 30,000 something. Yeah, I do. I hate the idea of switching from Twitch.
Oh,
like,
100%.
It just sounds so painful.
Y'all should move to Mixer. That's funny.
Oh.
Rip Mixer. Not sure they're losing money. I'll resell it. Be cheap. I mean, it's been a thing for a while that Twitch, they've been pressured to start making money now. And it's been the changes that people don't really like. It hasn't really impacted us too much. And I'm assuming you guys who are coming here watching on stream every morning. But it's definitely something that I've kept an eye on.
RIP Mixer. I've literally like never, I mean, I think I've been on every live streaming platform like to watch certain things, but like one time. Like I remember seeing Mixer once. I remember like I've used Facebook Live before.
The push Facebook Live, that's true. If you had to be a cartoon character, who would you be? Crimson Chin.
Be Ed from Ed, and Eddie.
There you go. Should I just go full YouTube? I just don't like that idea. I mean, don't get me wrong. YouTube is an absolute beast, and I don't see anything happening to it. If I had to pick between the two platforms, which is going to be having a longer life, I would imagine YouTube would. But Twitch, I like the diversification, how Twitch is just live streaming focused, and it's a way for us to just have multiple platforms, multiple presences. I mean, we get people randomly on here like, I didn't know what you did on YouTube.
Twitch is it's just so long running too when it comes to like the live streaming platform.
I've been doing it for a while.
Yeah, like it works for us. You know, we don't really have a lot of issues with it. Most of our issues are like OBS or Restream.
Yep. So. Oh, I hear what you're saying.
Interesting, yeah.
I've streamed to Twitch, but even on the creator side, I find YouTube easier. That's fair. I think YouTube has more discoverability for new creators. I like, the thing is, we have a YouTube audience for the Toasty Bros that, I mean, love 99% of you guys, but there's like a very loud 10% that would just be harassing us constantly if we stream to the main channel.
Well, in all honesty, kind of like going off what I think it was Gogo Gadget said, I feel like Twitch is generally like, I feel like it's kind of a safe space.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's just me, but I like when I go to other people's streams, I just feel like people on Twitch are just very supportive because like you're there to watch a live stream.
Yeah.
On YouTube,
People
there's
can just
already
hop around, yeah.
Yeah, people hop around. There's already haters like just trolling on YouTube, like ready to go to anything, whether it's a video or stream.
Zach is unironically known as Labubu Boy. Yeah, where's our Labubu Boy? Is he back there?
Yeah,
Zach?
yeah, he's working.
I was gonna ask him, you know if he still wants that laptop? I was going to list that. Remember he was like thinking about having like a work laptop?
You could ask him. I would think he's gonna. I don't know. Maybe. I think he's gonna say no, but
I feel like he might say no.
just try to be a salesman. Labubu Boy. Making vids, income streams, your websites on PCs, 5,000 a month for your office, getting hammered on streams. Yeah, you know, that's, look, I never said we're not lucky and fortunate, you know. We live, we got a fun time here, we live good lives. It's funny though, because you say perfect life, I do wish for both companies that we made more still. And I don't mean that in like, because I feel like we need to be making like millions or anything, but just in terms of how much we spend and like how much we have to pay employees, you know, 401k, all that good stuff, we are very thin. So having, you know, it'd be nice for both companies, I think, to have a few extra thousand a month in all honesty, but that's what we're working towards, right?
Labubu Boy was gifted a MacBook by somebody.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it his brother?
I would assume so.
Labubu Boy.
Labubu Boy.
That's accurate.
Yeah. Labubu Baby.
Is it a pretty new one, did you say?
He said he needs to bring it in because he hasn't set it up. And he's like, I don't really know how to use a MacBook. So he's like, I need to figure it out.
Gotta be for Jonas Starbucks, true. Speaking of OBS, have you thought about doing a vid on other streaming software like Meld Studio, Prism Live Studio?
Meld's the one that's getting really popular. It actually got put on Twitch's official supported like
List or
recommended list of like streaming software. But I haven't looked at it. I've been pretty happy with OBS. I mean, I know there's other ones like XSplit still exists, and then you got Streamlabs, which is technically its own thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's an old one.
Yeah, XSplit's still around, and they still update it.
You know what I want to know is Fraps still around?
No, Fraps is not. I mean, you can still download it, but Fraps hasn't been updated for a long time.
Yeah. God, that was such a like unoptimized way to record. Like it was yes.
Oh my
Fraps.
God,
It
yeah.
was so.
I mean, not only
killed
was
your
it
computers.
unoptimized, but like remember half the time it just wouldn't record what you wanted. Like it was
The
horrible.
file sizes were insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fraps was early age gameplay recording.
You know, we definitely appreciate you, Chaotic. Appreciate you. No, that's not 100%. Like, people only look at, like, you know, Matt and I will sometimes leak some numbers to you all, and people hear that and they're like, oh, yeah, they're rich. And it's like, no, they don't realize, like, I was telling Chat when you walked out, because Chaotic was saying, you know, we're, like, living the life. I was like, oh, yeah, we're very fortunate. I was like,
Yes.
now, I will say, I was like, I wish for both companies, it'd be nice if we made a little more, you know? I'm like, I'm not saying, we don't need to be making millions, but, like, for both companies, we still operate pretty thin. pcbros is very thin. So I was like, it'd be nice to still make a little more, and that's what we're working
Keep
on.
on growing.
That's what we're working on, guys. Lumia has a one-time payment, so that's your stream bot. I don't think, have we used Lumia?
Lumia's isn't that just an overlay software, or do they have an actual?
They have a bot too. Like I know
Handycam.
I've seen people have like Lumia bot like in their stream.
I know David uses Lumia because he did that shout out as like an app that he recommends somebody get, and Lumia commented.
Oh yeah.
But I think they're the ones who do like those jump scare bit alert things.
Yeah, those are horrible.
Yeah.
Didn't we almost had that work in one stream, I remember.
Well, it was we were trying to do it during the Halloween stream, and then I couldn't get it to work properly.
I feel like I remember you in there.
Because it was like, it was just
randomly-
gonna be torturing me too. That was
Yeah.
the worst part. It was just only me.
Yeah, we use Restream for multi-stream. We don't really know if there's, I don't know if there's anything better or not.
I know you can do individual streams, but I just feel like that opens up a door for more issues. But I tried at some point if it makes the quality better. Overlay and bot, gotcha.
Well,
I
to
remember
be fair,
Tangia.
we really haven't tried to do a whole lot of like quality optimization. I mean, the other day I realized like with our, do we use OBS Ninja or Teleport? I don't remember.
For which one? For this?
Yeah, getting
Teleport.
this teleport. I realized our teleport was in like 50% quality, and I did up that to 90%.
Ooh.
Have we had issues?
bold.
I don't know. I never did. Did you guys? I can't remember if I asked you. Do you guys feel like the stream looks any better now? Because
I
we're
feel
on.
like it's 720p. I don't know.
Yeah, I was to say. Well, I mean, we're doing 1440p,
Yeah.
which I know it doesn't look different, but maybe, and then also the higher bit rate.
And Dink, are you still in here, huh?
Dank.
Dank.
Hey, Dink meme. Oh, dude, yeah, Diablo would be really good chaotic. I don't know if you like those kind of games, but Diablo 2 or Diablo 4. Honestly, I would just skip and just go straight to 4.
I use Me6 from Discord. Nice. Lumia Stream is an interesting tool. Yeah, if you do live streaming, check out Lumia. I know David from pcbros uses it for his streams.
Looks a bit better on your side. All right, we got one person that looks better. I'm going to take that.
I'll take it. But you know what? Should we listen to them based on the fact they didn't think these mics made a difference at all versus the shotgun mic?
No.
That was your all's worst take, chat, was saying the shotgun mic sounded just as good as these mics.
And I remember I was so against using these
Yeah.
because of that. I just was like, well, they're saying it's not that much
And then
better.
we listened to
like,
it, I'm just like, what are you all talking about?
you know, the idea of having the batteries and having to hook it up every day. But now it's like
I think they're a little better than Deity too. Just a little better.
a little better than Ceremonic.
A little better than the popping.
What, dude? Now it's like whenever they pop, we're pretty confident we know why. I forgot how like nervous I was every time I heard a pop. I was like, Dad's gonna hit me. I'm gonna walk in and be like,
Pop.
Matt, your mic popped again.
Yeah, we use a shotgun mic. See, look, these guys, we use a shotgun mic. Well, it's been a long time, but we had a shotgun mic for a while. And then it just took one bass boosted thing where we like showed us throwing stuff in the trash and it sounded like there was an explosion.
Yeah, we realized it was pretty bad after that. That is funny that
was the turning point. I heard that, I was like, wow, okay.
Well, it's because like for normal talking like this, I remember the audio wasn't terrible, but it still isn't anything compared to what these give us.
I want to just remember if it's all true or not. I was going to suggest the DJIs, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Like
I want that
originally?
on the record, 'cause I also suggested that Ronin, so I just want to know. Bounce.
No, you suggested the DJI because we were having so many issues with the
that the
Deity
Deity?
ones.
I'd
And then you
seen
found
videos.
DJI and I was like, there's no way, I was wrong about it. I was like, there's no way these cheaper ones are going to be much better than this professional gear that didn't work.
It shouldn't be.
It
It's
should
also
be, but-
with how small. Like that was
yeah.
my thing. I'm like, dude, you remember our old receiver where the
yeah.
antennas in the front and it was huge, and I'm like, no, how could these little tiny
be honest,
gimmicks be
they're way
better?
better.
Imagine if we had boomered out and really fought. Like,
Yeah.
I would have probably had to buy those. I bought that cheap set, that Hollywlander or whatever. I would have brought that in and showed you it and been like, look how good this
Well, I know-
$50 set is.
I think the Hollywlander you definitely bought well after we had the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking that would have been
You're
the first
saying,
time we
yeah.
would have gotten
Yeah.
another chance.
I think I remember us buying it and then being like, okay, we'll try it, but if it's not better, we're sending them back.
I want to say a Tech Fan member used them in a video. And that
wouldn't
might have been
surprise
what-
me.
Well, it was always that or Rode. That's what honestly, I don't think most of TechFan by the time we got these, they were all on this type of thing.
Yeah,
They weren't
yeah.
using what we were using
Well,
anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know who would have knowingly chose those lobs, but boy, now think about having to wire that up your shirt every day.
Oh, the
dude, yeah,
wire was
yeah.
crazy.
I
You
will
could use
say-
wire on these if you
I will
wanted
say
to.
I didn't really mind the wire in the fact that they were small. They were smaller and they didn't weigh anything, so that was kind of nice.
Yeah,
Which they
were
had the
bad.
minis now for anyone looking at doing audio stuff. The DJI mini mics are pretty cool.
You're a mini mic.
I've texted my barber 3 times and they haven't responded. I think it's time for me to go somewhere else.
You're cooked.
They're tired of my hair. They don't want to cut it.
I went to a new place.
You
that's
make them
pretty cool.
uncomfortable.
Apparently. It was nice because she was on my street, so I could just walk over, get my hair cut in her garage real quick, and then walk home.
God, imagine that in this. Dude, imagine this heat right now. He just leaves it open, no fans.
Oh.
Dude, I probably
Jonah,
got the
Uber
80
says they
degrees
challenge you
yesterday.
to a duel.
I love that because my
Uber challenges you to a
furnace
duel.
all the time trying to cool down, and I'm like, I'm gonna pay for 80 degrees. I'm gonna pay $200 for 80 degrees.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. Pisses
No,
me
dude,
off.
I mean, my house even with that $13,000 freaking unit, I'm hitting I'm in like 70 when I'm trying to be at like,
Yeah, my office is 86
60s, you
degrees
know?
on average. Don't talk to me.
yeah, no, I know, that's pretty
Honestly,
bad.
my unit's done way better than I thought. Yesterday was the first day that it went above what I set it
What
to.
you had it, yeah.
It was normally I'm at like 67, 68 is what I set it to, and it ended up getting up to 69 is what it peaked at.
Our upstairs
might be
was, or
70.
our downstairs was at 76, and the upstairs was like 87, 88 yesterday.
Our upstairs is normally
That
really
makes,
hot.
that makes me
but-
feel better because there's times where I'm like, is my unit like already like bad or like what's wrong with it whenever it gets this hot, and it like can't keep up because I'm like,
my downstairs can't even stay cool in this heat. That's how bad my system
I got a window unit for upstairs because it's like it's
press new
hot
message,
up there.
right?
I'm having an electrician come out to run like a dedicated outlet for our
Yeah.
panel. That way it's not on the same breaker. It's just so I can run.
Matt
over
knows
there
whose
and
it is.
get
It's
upstairs.
it's our
Yeah,
LED
Josh.
panel guy.
Oh, that guy?
Yeah.
Nice.
So jelly of Matt's beard.
Pinky Tech, my unit has always had stellar performance for its size. That's what I like to hear, Pinky Tech.
Our windows are super freaky upstairs, so I have to try and figure out a way to mount a window unit.
Wait, Pinky Tech, aren't you running, you're running like 2 units, right? Don't you have one for the upstairs and one for the downstairs? I know that's pretty popular, doing like split units.
I was looking at those two. A split AC unit.
No,
They're expensive though.
no.
Can this finally fit a 360 mil up top? I think you can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That means this can fit it, right? Right.
With H5?
Yeah.
I would hope so.
I mean, it's literally the same thing, just shrunk down. If you look at like the layout and everything, it's the same.
Dang. One up, one downstairs, and one base.
Thank you,
Thanks for a
Inloft.
sub.
Wow, he's a ball. He has
Pinky Tech.
3. He's like, I ain't getting
I know,
one
and
anywhere.
he's over here talking about canceling his sub.
3 more than the average British person.
Guys, we know your wife's a big deal on TikTok. We know it. Like, you don't have to flex on us, Pinky
Dude,
Tech.
she's making that money.
In the loft with the sub.
So, oh yeah, Pinky Tech, for your wife, did she end up, did she just do 1099, or did she like make a business for what she does?
And do you care if we report her to the IRS?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You gotta work 2 jobs in the summer to afford your electric bill?
That's
yeah.
crazy.
But I bet your house is cool while you're doing it.
While you're not in it.
Is it good to upgrade from the 9060 XT to a 5070 in the future going to the Ti? I mean, I would go all the way if you're gonna do it.
Yeah, I mean, if you have the 9060 XT already, I would just hold on to it.
Yeah.
1099 in Seoul right now, probably the LLC. Good call. Set up an LLC and S Corp that ish, and you'll be nice and happy come tax time.
1099 sole prep, yeah, okay.
When it's time to tax, I'm coming.
What do you think you'll call the LLC so we can trademark it, take the name?
Yep.
You could, you should do Pinky something. That'd be sick.
Was waiting to see where it went. That makes sense. I mean, either way, even if it ends up slowing down, it's not that complicated. I mean, you have to pay the money, or if you know somebody to set up an LLC, it's really not that difficult to set up an LLC and maintain it. There's not a ton of responsibilities, even if it does start to dwindle down.
It's too late.
Yoshinozi, don't you dare ever say that again. We should just like reach out and have Jonah do that.
What were you trying to do, Jonah?
I think the kit that I ordered did come with 2, so they didn't add the 4-pin up top.
Yeah, that's exactly
The 8-pin.
why.
Well, you know what? I told Matt, I said, but after your hot take yesterday,
Yeah.
we
I
felt
knew-
obligated.
I knew-
You said your
See,
hot take.
I wanted to just use
Yeah.
the one, because it's plenty.
You could have used the sleek cable and the ugly one though. Or you could
That's
have.
dumb. What's even the point?
I
We
was
checked
looking.
and we couldn't find
I
enough.
was definitely looking. They're the ones with the white plugs on them too, by the way.
Yeah, this one.
Is that
an 8?
CPU?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. It's in the middle. Wait. It doesn't come off. What?
So how do you know it's not for the?
Yeah. How do you know?
Well, I expected if it was a CPU, it'd be the pin would be in the middle, and not offset.
Like this one?
Just plug it into this.
The truth.
Not it.
Not it.
Ooh, hate to see it.
Jackson, did you show Matt those screenshots I sent you? What screenshots did you get from Kermit Aquila?
Expose.
Holy toast, big man. Big man's got some toast. $90 and you set LLC like 20 minutes. Yeah, it's pretty cheap to sub an LLC.
Oh no, I mean it's just someone's reviews.
Oh.
It's
I mean-
like a computer repair guy, but they are kind of funny.
Is it like a local guy?
No, he lives in like Texas. That's why I was like, I mean,
Uber, look, Uber, I'm sorry,
but there's like multiple where he
challenge
just.
there.
I tried to help, but they seem to know more about computers than I do.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yep, welcome to the business.
What I don't
world.
understand is they have like a 4.3 star rating with 27 reviews and like 6 of them are 1 star. I'm like, that math doesn't seem right.
All right, guys, we're gonna find somebody to raid. I don't know if there was a guy to raid, but there is. Let's do it. And buy a PC at pcbros. Woohoo!
Shree's been going up today, finally.
Yeah, I think we got a solid like what,
I know,
5
I see
to-
them.
5,
Trust me, I
6.
see them. They're all piling up with everything else I got to do around here. Around here.
Working 2 jobs ain't easy, Chad.
Working 4 people's jobs ain't easy, guys.
That's why you hire me to come in and be your assistant.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Jonah, you could pay Zach to
Oh my
help
god.
Listen, I need a second job, I'll do it. Gotta pay for a car payment somehow.
That's right.
Forget
That's
it.
right. Uber. All right. Look, there's no
Dude, you should make her pay for it.
there's no challenge here. I'm winning every time. What do y'all think of the PC guys? Thoughts? Chat.
Well, I love the H210 was one of my favorite cases. So
is this giving
I
you
like
that is it scratching that itch?
well, it's like a better
Ish.
H210 because it's micro ATX, but no, a lot of people hated the H210 because mini ITX boards only, but you could use a full size power supply. I loved it for that reason because I'm like, screw SFX. It's so stupid expensive for what you get. Okay, guys, we're rating Raffaroni. Hope you guys enjoy the stream. We'll be live tomorrow for a Friday stream. It's not the giveaway though, so don't get excited. But we'll build a PC, we'll sell it, and give it away to someone who buys it.